Hey folks, Chris here with MPC Remote Starts. Today I'm going to take this kit and install it into this 2020 Dodge Journey. Now this kit's going to come from 2018 to 2020 Dodge Journey push to start. I'm going to show you what's included in the kit and what tools we're going to use today to complete this installation. Let's get started. On the Remote Start box, you're going to see a label. The label will include a QR code. You're going to scan the QR code to download the tip sheet for the installations to complete your install. Let's go ahead and take a look to see what's in the box. Okay, first thing we're going to see here is the Evil All Remote Start module, the included T-harness kit for the plug and play of the installation, an MPC panel puller, and this is an FLL which is going to be used for your Dcryptor. It's the USB adapter, and a little bit of some extra paperwork. Next, we're going to show you what tools we're going to use to complete this installation. Okay, here are the tools we're going to be using today to complete our installation. First off is our MPC panel puller, some zip ties, electrical tape, a 10mm socket and ratchet, wire cutters, and an electric drill. Then we're going to be also using our laptop to complete our Dcryptor from our programming. Let's get started. We're going to go ahead and remove this lower dash panel to gain access to routing our wiring from the push to start button and getting access to our CAN button connections. There's two 10mm bolts, one here, one right here. And we're going to go ahead and take our socket and remove these bolts. Get those two bolts out. When we do that, we'll be able to snap this right out. Going to go ahead and disconnect that connector there. All right, so we're going to need to access the back side of this push to start button, and to do so, we're going to need to remove the entertainment center right here in the middle to get to it, to pull it out. So we're going to start by, with our little panel puller, just slowly, nice and neatly popping off this little trim panel right here. You'll see how it snaps out. What we're going to do is you'll see a screw here that's going to have to be undone, but first we have to go to the other side and unsnap this other side to get to the secondary screw to pull this lower portion out. All right, on the passenger side, we got to pull off this vent trim right here. We'll take our panel puller and slide it inside. You'll feel the clips start to loosen. Just got to gently pull them off. There we go. Pulling these out and then come down here. And be a little gentle here when you get to the end because there's a smaller round clip inside here. And we want to pull it off without, there we go. See, that's the round clip. Now we got this side that exposes that second screw there that we're going to remove now. All right, so we're going to go ahead and pop off this screw here. It's a 15 Torx. Pull this screw out. Now we're going to go ahead and do the other side. And there we go. Pull that screw out. All right, now that we got both screws moved out, you're going to grab this panel right up beneath the bottom and you're going to slightly pull it out. When you do so, it'll expose this back connector, which you'll unplug like so. That'll expose these two bolts right here that we're going to remove now. Okay, with both of those removed, you'll be able to take your panel pull and we're going to slowly unclip the radio and pull right out from the top. And that's going to expose the plugs from back here. All right, so we've gone ahead and cleared this entire area here, which is going to give us access to this push to start button. We'll be able to touch it from back here and up here. And first off, we have to pull off this ring around here. So there's a side clip here, there, and here. So we're going to go ahead and pull that out of the way. And that exposes the push to start button. But in order to pull this out, it's got to be clipped from the back side. There we go. Once that's done, you should be able to just reach over the top and push down on the top portion of it. Come on. Okay, we've gotten the switch pulled out. This is our push button switch as part of our T-harness that we're going to make our connection to. Okay, so right now what we're going to do is take the T-harness and make the connection for the push to start. So we're going to go ahead and bring it from underneath here. So you have your T-harness connections. Disconnect the wire from the push to start. Plug in the T-harness connection. Plug in the T-harness connection. Route that back inside. We'll set this in place. Okay, I'm not going to push it in just yet. Now we're going to go ahead and route this wiring underneath through the dash portion of it to bring it to the lower dash panel and make our other connections. We've done that. We're going to go ahead and push the start button back in place. There we go. And we're going to go down to the lower dash panel and complete the rest of the install. To access the CAN wires, we're going to be using the CHR7B that comes in your package for the plug and play. We're only going to be using the white connector. We're going to go ahead and tuck it up underneath here to make the connection. You'll see the connection is going to be right here behind the parking lights. Take your panel puller, simply pop up, that'll open that up. We're going to go ahead and unplug our parking lights. That's going to allow us to have access to this green bank right here, which is going to be where we're going to plug in our white connector. Go ahead and take our light switch and put it back into place. Okay, next is programming. All right, we're going to go ahead and do the programming for this module. To do so, press and hold down the program button. You'll plug in the black non-locking 4-pin connector. The lights will power up. You're going to let go in a solid single blue light, like so. Okay, then you go ahead and plug in the rest of your connectors. Okay, with the connectors plugged in, you're going to press the push start button 2 times, 1, 2. Then it says to press the program button 1 time. The light will go off. We're waiting for it to come back on flashing. Okay, now that it's flashing, press the push start button 1 time. Light's still flashing. Press the unlock button on the factory remote. Light will go out. We're waiting for it to come back on yellow. Okay, now it's yellow. Okay, now we're supposed to take the battery out of the remote control and then go to the second part of the programming. All right, so the second part of this programming is now that you've removed the battery from the factory remote control is we have to hold this remote right up against the push to start button so that it will read the transponder inside the push to start. To see that if it's reading it right, we'll press the push to start button 2 times. 1, 2. That should get the key to come on. There it is right there. Turn it off. With the red on, we're going to do it again. Put it up against the ring. Press it 2 times. 1, 2. There's our red and blue. Okay, pull the key away. Flashing red and yellow. The key is off now. Okay, so we have a red and yellow flashing. So now we're ready to go to the laptop to do the decryptor. To remove the module from the vehicle, we have to make sure that we unplug this black 4-pin last. So go ahead and disconnect your connectors here first. Then unplug the black 4-pin connector. Now we're ready to go to the computer and do our decryptor. All right, we've come to the laptop now and we're ready to do the decryptor to complete our installation. What you need to do is you need to download the FlashLink Manager program, and also the login and password is included in your tip sheet. Once you've downloaded and installed your FlashLink Manager program, you'll open the program. You're going to take the FlashLink updater and plug it into the USB port. Your computer will detect it. What will happen is it'll go green, blue, red. It'll turn green here, showing that it's been detected. Then you'll take your level all, plug in the black 4-pin connector. Okay. You'll go green on your FlashLink and you'll go red on your Evo All. It'll now detect it on the computer. This one's already set for the Dodge Journey 2020. If you needed to change the vehicle, you can go over here to the 3 lines and do your vehicle make and model there. Since we don't have to do it, we're going to go directly to Dcryptor. So right here, select Dcryptor. It's going to ask you if you want to transfer data, send data. So right now it's going to go ahead and read the module and it's going to start to decrypt the code for the key code. This could take a few minutes depending upon your internet connection. Once it's completed here, it's going to go to a timeline telling you percentage of completeness, and then it'll tell you to disconnect the module and go to the vehicle to complete the install. We've completed our decryptor. We're going to go ahead and connect this back into the vehicle. By doing so, you're going to plug in the black 4-pin connector first, then the rest of your connectors. Okay. To do a test start, this vehicle operates with the lock, unlock, lock to start the vehicle. So, power's up, ignition's on, and the vehicle starts. So now the vehicle's running, I'm going to go ahead and press the brake pedal. That'll shut it down. So now I can go ahead and tie everything up, button up the dash, and we're ready to roll. Okay, to remote start the vehicle, you're going to press lock, unlock, lock. That's going to activate the vehicle. Should start in a few seconds. Vehicle is started. Now to do a takeover, you simply press the unlock button. You're going to open the door and enter the vehicle. Now to do takeover, simply step your foot on the brake pedal. Remote start will disengage. Go ahead and put the vehicle in gear and you're ready to drive away.